Have you ever heard a story so incredible it sounds like a movie? Well, today we're diving into the real-life tale of a man who went from selling trinkets on the streets of Athens to becoming a global basketball superstar. This is the story of Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak. Our story begins not in a fancy gym or a prestigious basketball academy, but on the tough streets of Sepolia, a neighborhood in Athens, Greece. This is where Giannis Antetokounmpo was born on December 6, 1994. His parents, Charles and Veronica, had emigrated from Nigeria to Greece, searching for a better life for their family. But life in Greece was far from easy. They were undocumented immigrants, which meant finding steady work was nearly impossible. The family lived in constant fear of deportation, a shadow that loomed over their everyday existence. To help his family make ends meet, a young Giannis and his older brother, Thanasis, would hit the streets. They weren't playing games, they were working. They sold watches, handbags, and sunglasses to tourists. Whatever they could do to put food on the table, they did. Giannis once said that some days they didn't sell anything, which meant no money, and sometimes no food. Imagine that pressure as a kid: school, homework, and then straight to the streets to hustle. This wasn't a choice, it was survival. Basketball wasn't even the first love for Giannis. Like many kids in Greece, his first passion was soccer. He was a big fan of Arsenal and dreamed of becoming a soccer star. But fate and his incredible growth spurt had other plans. In 2007, a local basketball coach named Spyros Veliniadis was scouting for talent. He wasn't looking in the usual places, he was looking for kids with raw potential, kids who had that fire in their eyes. And one day, he spotted Giannis and his brothers playing in their neighborhood. Veliniadis saw something special. It wasn't just Giannis's height, though that was certainly noticeable. It was his huge hands, his incredible wingspan, and a raw athleticism that you just can't teach. He knew he had found a diamond in the rough. But convincing Giannis to play basketball wasn't straightforward. He and his family were skeptical. Veliniadis made them a promise. He wouldn't just be a coach, he would help the family. He found jobs for Giannis's parents, ensuring they had a steady income. This act of kindness was the key. It wasn't just about basketball anymore. It was about securing a future for the entire Antetokounmpo family. With his family situation a little more stable, Giannis could finally focus on the court. He joined the youth team of Philathletikos, a small club in Athens. And this is where the legend of the Greek freak truly began to take shape. At first, he was incredibly raw. He had the physical gifts, but he lacked the fundamental skills. He was clumsy, uncoordinated, and didn't know the rules of the game. But what he had in spades was an insane work ethic. He was a gym rat, plain and simple. He would be the first one in the gym and the last one to leave. He'd practice for hours, often sharing a single pair of basketball shoes with his brother Thanasis. One would play while the other waited on the sidelines. Can you picture that? Two future NBA players sharing one pair of worn-out sneakers, driven by a shared dream. This hunger, born from his difficult childhood, fueled his every move. He wasn't just playing to win a game, he was playing for his family's life. As he grew, so did his game. He started to put it all together. His ball handling improved, his court vision sharpened, and he began to dominate. Playing for Philathletikos' senior team in Greece's second division league, he started turning heads. Word of this lanky, athletic marvel from Athens began to spread across the Atlantic. NBA scouts started flying into a small, unassuming Greek gym to witness this phenomenon for themselves. They saw a player unlike any they had ever seen before. A guy nearly 7 feet tall who could handle the ball like a point guard, run the floor like a sprinter, and had a wingspan that seemed to cover the entire court. He was a basketball unicorn. In 2013, despite never having played top-tier basketball, Giannis made a life-changing decision. He declared for the NBA draft. It was a huge gamble. Many saw him as a project, a high-risk, high-reward prospect. On draft night, you could see the nerves and the hope on his face. When the commissioner announced, with the 15th pick in the 2013 NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Giannis Antetokounmpo, his life and the future of an entire franchise changed forever. He hugged his family, tears of joy streaming down their faces. The boy who sold watches on the streets was now an NBA player. The journey was far from over, it was just beginning. Arriving in Milwaukee was a massive culture shock. He was a teenager in a new country, a new city, and a completely new world. The stories from his rookie year are legendary. He was amazed by American culture, especially the food. He famously tweeted about trying a smoothie for the very first time and being blown away. There is also the story of him taking a taxi to a Western Union to send money back home to his family in Greece. A couple saw him and, recognizing the Bucks' new rookie, offered him a ride to the arena. These weren't just funny anecdotes, they showed his character. He was humble, dedicated to his family, and completely unfazed by his newfound fame and fortune. On the court, his rookie season was a learning experience. The Bucks were one of the worst teams in the league, and Giannis was still raw. But you could see the flashes of brilliance. The impossible-looking dunks, the chase-down blocks that came out of nowhere. He worked tirelessly, soaking up everything he could from his coaches and veteran teammates. Year after year, he got better, noticeably better. His body filled out, his skills became more refined, and his confidence grew. He went from being a promising young player to an all-star, then he became an all-NBA player. He was no longer just a project, he was a dominant force. His signature move, the Euro step that seemed to cover half the court, became unstoppable. His hard work culminated in back-to-back MVP awards in 2019 and 2020. He had reached the pinnacle of individual success. But Giannis wanted more. He wasn't satisfied with personal accolades. He wanted a championship. He wanted to bring a title to Milwaukee, the city that had embraced him. The 2021 NBA playoffs were his defining moment. After falling short in previous years, Giannis put the team on his back. In the Eastern Conference Finals, disaster struck. He suffered a hyperextended knee that looked season-ending. The dream seemed to be over. But somehow, miraculously, he returned for the NBA Finals against the Phoenix Suns. He was a man possessed. He dominated on both ends of the floor. And in the series-clinching Game 6, in front of a roaring home crowd in Milwaukee, he delivered one of the greatest finals performances in history. He scored 50 points, grabbed 14 rebounds, and blocked 5 shots. It was an iconic, legacy-defining game. As the final buzzer sounded, Giannis was overcome with emotion. He sat on the bench, a towel over his head, sobbing. These weren't just tears of joy. They were tears of relief, of struggle, of a journey completed. From the streets of Sepolia to the top of the basketball world. Giannis Antetokounmpo's story is more than just a basketball story. It's a testament to the power of family, hard work, and unwavering belief. He never forgot where he came from. He carries the weight of his family's journey, his Nigerian heritage, and his Greek upbringing with him every single day. He proves that your circumstances don't define your destiny. His journey from poverty and uncertainty to global icon is an inspiration to millions. It shows us that with enough heart and enough hustle, anything is possible. The Greek freak didn't just become a champion. He became a symbol of hope. Thank you so much for watching. If you were inspired by Giannis's story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible stories from the world of sports. Let us know in the comments what part of his journey inspires you the most. See you in the next one.